everybody? Welcome back to more Guilty Gear Strive. Well, not just Strive lore, but more Guilty Gear lore. Yes, I know. It's been a minute. It's you guys probably wondering, Red, where was the last video last week that's supposed to be uploaded Monday? I got really busy. I had a new job, and there's a lot of stuff going on. But the lore must continue, and so that is what we are doing today. We're looking at more lore by the same fellow we did last time. Let me get you guys his name. It'll be in the link in the description and at the end capture, so be sure to go check out Woolly Versus in the description and at the end of the title screen. So yeah, be sure to go check it out in the description below. Without further ado, shall we begin?
Hello and welcome back to Guilty Gear Lore.
More Guilty Gear Lore, let's go!
I've received a tremendous amount of helpful feedback on episode 1. I want to thank everyone who reached out. The excitement to learn more about the world of Guilty Gear is real. Thanks to those of you that sent in corrections as well. Keep your eye on the description below, where we'll be listing extra notes pertaining to each episode.
I also have to say thank you to all the people in my last video of this that I did. Thank you for sharing more information and lore in the description. That's very helpful. I appreciate it as well. Because when I'm doing the lore dive, you guys are giving me extra tips and other people to check out. And don't think they've fallen on deaf ears. Y'all just give me more stuff to do later on and come back to, I promise. So, no worries.
Episode from now on. Thanks again to Arc System Works for sponsoring the video and verifying every detail. And remember, the latest chapter of this story is coming soon, with GuiltygearStrive arriving in April 2021.
Oh,
so without further ado, let's keep this thing moving.
I love Strive. I wish my computer could handle to play it more right now.
Heaven or hell. Get ready to rock.
First Minute's got new shit coming out. Hopefully it won't mess up.
The year 2180. Justice is defeated. Many of the remaining gears, now leaderless, have become dormant. Others are hunted down and eliminated. Mankind was finally free from the catastrophic menace brought on by the gears.
Let me pause this. So after Justice dies, everybody just kind of, or all the other gears just kind of, you know.
Before Soul destroys Justice, Kai Kisk confronts her about her evil ways. With a simple rebuttal, Justice explains that she was made.
Why do you despise me? You are the root of evil that threatens peace. Isn't it obvious?
Made by man to kill man, and thus she is merely fulfilling her moral purpose while surviving. From the perspective of a gear, her actions are utterly unclouded. They're all those of justice. Unable to respond, Kai's rigid sense of righteousness fails him for the first time. The idea that perhaps there was no single truth that governed everything would leave him questioning his convictions.
What the fuck? Why didn't this full screen? There we go. Okay.
Even many years later.
Sorry. Events of Guilty Gear X. Okay. So this is picking up from the last episode.
2180 AD. Cliff Anderson dies during the Second Holy Order tournament.
No! Why did you get up with that? No! No! I was giving so much fucking praise to this man the last episode. No! Cliff was the GOAT! We're not seeing him in Strive, guys. We're not seeing him in Strive.
Cliff's final return to battle shows his mastery of Ki at such a degree that it could temporarily de-age his body, allowing him to fight in his prime. His death is mourned by those closest to him.
That's sick.
After selling over 3 million of their previous everyday.
So he used Ki to like make himself younger to fight in the last tournament as well. That's so sick. Bro, we lost a goat.
A Japanese man named Kro Kuruwaba works as a branch chief for the post-war
administration. That guy looks like an evil villain. What the fuck?
Operating in the shadows, the organization has been gathering deep intel on everyone and everything it can.
He looks cool as fuck though.
Using combat data from Kai Kisk, Crow creates an imitation series soldier unit known as Robo-Kai.
Robo-Kai!
The Zessen outrage component goes missing.
Oh?
The Zessen wind fans, a relic of the Crusades, had been located inside of a Japanese colony until their recent disappearance at the hands of Anji Mito, a now missing Japanese colonist. He appears to be only motivated by sheer curiosity and wanderlust.
Okay. I know this guy.
After the Crusades, a group of surviving gears that were able to exist independently of justice secretly gather away from human eyes. They isolate themselves on an island known as the Ganymede Archipelago. Uninterested in humanity, but entirely interested in research, the leader of this group manages to access and observe an alternate world parallel to our own. It will come to be known as the Backyard.
The Backyard! We know about the Backyard a little bit.
2181 AD,
Okay.
the Plackard Company incident. Near London, in the village built atop the Hydra, rumors of gear-related homicides independently attracted both Kai Kisk and Soul Bad Guy to investigate.
Fair enough.
With help from a peculiar village doctor named Faust, Kai uncovers a conspiracy.
Oh, it's Faust. Wait, so Faust actually is in the story, but in Strive he's not, like, really a main part of it? That's interesting. Okay. Isn't he also Dr. Baldy from the first half, from what we learned? Let me know in the description below, because Faust is always confusing for me.
Conspiracy involving the Plackard Corporation, a pharmaceutical company experimenting on villagers with a drug called Vitae. Company president
Always big pharma guys that always get you.
pushes Vitae as a miracle-curing elixir, but its misleading healing properties are due to people actually being dosed with extracted gear cells that destroy the body.
Oh no, that's bad.
Soul's investigation is interrupted by an enigmatic watcher. The resurrected immortal knight from 1,000 years prior, now known as Raven, appears before him.
Oh shit.
Bored of life and obsessed with pain, Raven's current mission is to retrieve gear resonance data and return it to his master, the Gear Maker, also known as That Man. After immediately being
Guys, listen, I'm just saying, we give that... Listen, that man's just misunderstood. Give him a radio station. Let him become a radio host. That's all he wants. He wants to become a podcaster. Don't worry about it, okay? You think I'm joking? You should have watched me watch Strive for the first time.
Generated by Soul's tyrant rave, Raven's body rejuvenates, and he expresses disappointment at not feeling any warmth. He then ambushes Faust, retrieves the data, and takes his leave.
Oh shit.
Sebas' true aim is exposed as an attempt to create his own command class gear for military purposes. Using a pair of test subject sisters as a catalyst, he resurrects the Hydra, which destroys the village. With recruited help from Johnny and the Jellyfish Pirates, however, most villagers are evacuated aboard the May ship. Kai, Soul, and Faust handle the threat and use a last resort orbital satellite weapon to annihilate the Hydra. Cornered, Sebas overdoses on Vitae and becomes a gear, but he is quickly destroyed by Kai.
God damn. It's crazy to think about how Kai is like not a pushover. Cause like when I seen Kai for the first time when I started Strive, I was like, this guy looks like somebody you'd beat up, but like he's actually kind of a W. Even in Strive when he finally like was going to pop off and use the like little drive thing or whatever. I can't remember the exact pronunciation of it, but it was really cool. I mean, he got clapped. But
the discovery of the golden discs. Johnny and May.
Johnny and May come
When
into
an ancient
play.
site of old world ruins is uncovered, many opportunists and hustlers flock to it, including Johnny and May, hopeful to get rich on treasures from the pre-Crusade world. They accidentally cross paths with Kai Kisk and his fellow IPF officers, however, on-site confiscating black technology. Kai thanks Johnny and May for their help during the Plackard incident, but cannot allow them to go as criminal pirates at large. A fight ensues, causing part of the ruins to crumble and reveal an ancient golden data disk. The disk activates a hologram explaining its purpose, a full record of old-world technology, culture, and scientific world knowledge created in 2014. In the stunned commotion, Johnny performs a mist-finder, cleaving the disk in two, and makes a break for it with May and one half of the disk as the rubble comes down. The Jellyfish Pirates later get a lead on the location of another full disk, but end up baited into a trap set by the assassin Syndicate and Zato One's loyal and infatuated subordinate, a man known as Venom. His attempt to steal the disc fails to the full power of the pirates, however. Johnny, now understanding the danger of the disc, slices it into unrecognizable pieces, giving a shard to each jellyfish pirate as a pendant. Kai and Potemkin.
That's kind of cool. Kai and Potemkin?
Meanwhile,
Ayo.
Kai is en route to turn over his half-disc to HQ. After a brief encounter with Chip Zanoff, Zep airships surround Kai, threatening military action if the relic is not surrendered. He feigns compliance by handing it over, but then sneaks aboard.
Okay, so Potemkin currently doesn't look like a robot still. Okay, still just a big guy.
The ship. He is soon caught by Potemkin, who respectfully greets Kai, politely asking that he withdraw. The two discuss the nature of bearing the responsibility of protecting man from itself, but ultimately come to an impasse and choose battle.
Oh shit.
Kai barely triumphs using his Ride the Lightning technique, staggering Potemkin long enough to grab the relic and flee. But Potemkin and the Zep soldiers give chase. Kai, cornered, points out the dangers of history repeating itself and calls attention.
I'm curious though, does Potemkin become a robot or is he just a guy in a suit of armor at the end of the day? Maybe it'll explain as further we get in this series, but like that's like something that's been in the back of my head.
To the empty crater they're flying above, an area destroyed by black tech where no life will grow for another century. Potemkin calls it a sin of the past, but cannot concede, because letting him go will result in the IPF simply using the disc to obtain power for themselves. Kai swears to prevent this, even if it costs him his life, which elicits heavy laughter from Potemkin. An IPF rescue ship suddenly closes in, and Kai is able to escape. As they speed away, Kai requests permission from HQ to destroy the disc, but they deny, ordering him to return with it at once. Thinking of Potemkin's words, Kai hesitates. The ship is then attacked and forced to land. Waiting for Kai in the middle of the crater is Soul Bad Guy.
There's our boy. I wonder what Soul
and Axel Lowe.
Soul and Axel Lowe.
During this conflict.
Ooh, so okay, now we get our first introduction to like what Axel's been going on into the early series. Okay.
Soul had been drinking in a bar when Axel Lowe crashed in with cops on his tail. A bar fight starts, which Soul Bad Guy ends with fire. Axel explains that he was overheard uttering E equals MC squared, a phrase that only people exposed to black tech would know. Soul, concerned about this dangerous development, tracks down the disc to a restaurant where it was pawned off as a decoration to a lively waitress named Jam Cradbury. She helps fight off the final group of Axel's pursuers.
God damn, she kicking ass, dude. What the fuck?
Soul activates the disc and operates it to reveal the locations of any functional backup copies. It points him to one partial copy, held by Kai Kisk. Soul and Kai face off in the crater. Soul gets the upper hand, but before anything can be settled, an IPF captain with reinforcements arrives, wielding black tech firearms. Soul is gunned down by bullets. Kai is shocked to see his superior already using the forbidden technology, and realizes Potemkin was right. They can't be trusted. The captain notes Kai's refusal to play along and takes aim at him as well, but he's interrupted. Soul activates his Dragon Install, an ability allowing him to surge with power from his inner gear beast form.
Dude, that's
Soul melts through the soldiers,
what the fuck?
but Kai stops him from killing them and takes them into custody.
That's awesome!
With a clear understanding, they each destroy their own golden discs entirely.
Holy shit, dude! Dude, why is Soul so fucking cool? Why didn't he do that in Strive? I wonder if there's a lore accurate reason as to why he didn't pull that shit in Strive, while running for his fucking life. I wonder what the lore reason is. You know there is. There's gotta be. There's no reason they just
Testament and the Maiden of the Grove.
Ooh, okay. More
Through
Testament
unclear
lore?
means, Testament survives the end of the Second Holy Order tournament. Though he finds himself free from Justice mind control, he remains a slave of the weight of his sins. he finds his way to the grave of his father, Cliff.
Oh shit.
While reminiscing, he meets a priest and a young orphan girl named Josephine. She is blind, but hopeful, as she has recently become a patient of Dr. Faust.
Dr. Faust moment.
Without warning, Venom ambushes and takes Josephine hostage, his terms demanding Faust to join the Assassin's Syndicate.
Shit.
Testament fights and saves her, fleeing deep into the nearby grove, known as Hell's Forest. There, Josephine introduces Testament to Dizzy. Innocent and pacifist, Dizzy was found and raised by an old couple in Josephine's village, unaware of her true identity. Command class gear and daughter of justice.
Oh shit!
When she grew to adulthood in 3 years, with wings and a tail,
Okay.
the village grew fearful of her, forcing the old couple to abandon her alone in the grove. Her only friend was Josephine, who cannot see, but believes Dizzy to be an angel after touching one of her wings.
Aw,
Venom attacks
that's
again,
that's really
causing
nice.
Dizzy's shapeshifting
That's really
wings to
cute.
awaken. With personalities of their own, Necro, the Blackwing, and Undyne, the Whitewing,
Oh my
will
god.
attack to defend
Bro.
Dizzy, whether she wills it or not.
Bro, Dizzy's so fucking cool. Necro and Undyne are that's her wings names, and they're like their own creatures. And I've seen the like artwork and the how she looks in fucking Strive. She's coming out later this year, like, or I think it's this year, bro. Dizzy fans be eating good. That's all I,
Venom gets
that's all I
struck
can say.
while aiming at Testament
Oh my
and
goodness.
accidentally hits Josephine. Venom
Ah.
retreats, and they turn their attention towards getting her to a doctor immediately. Faust heals not only Josephine's wounds, but her sight as well.
Hey yo.
But
Goddamn,
seeing
Faust.
Dizzy's body for
What
the
the fuck?
first time, she becomes confused. The priest and the villagers, however, upon learning that Dizzy has returned, set fire to the area, yelling, "Burn the demon." Dizzy begins to panic and cower as her wings lose
Oh.
control and the mob closes in. Testament, feeling a deep connection with Dizzy's pain, steps in between her and the villagers and uses his 7th sign attack, non-lethally, with just enough power to stop Necro, Undyne, and the mob. In the shadows, Milia Rage convinces Venom to help save some villagers from the fire. Dizzy approaches Josephine, but gets slapped. Angry and fearful,
Oh, no.
Josephine calls Dizzy a demon and tells her to go back to
No.
the forest.
Why?
The rest of the villagers join in, chasing them out.
Dizzy's such a sweetheart.
Testament
from what I've
swears
seen.
to
What the
Cliff in
fuck?
this moment that he will choose to continue living to protect Dizzy as his sole purpose.
Oh. Okay.
Guilty Gear X, by your
So
side.
by that time, Testament, after everything that happened in the first part of the story, after being killed, brought back as a gear and brain controlled by Justice, now to kind of make penance for what happened with after his dad's death, he's like, okay, I respect it. Fan man, Johnny, this guy, this girl. You can tell which character I don't know when I'm like, this guy, this girl. Oh my goodness, there's a lot of flagging going on. Hi. So, bad guy. GGX. Let's go.
Within a matter of days, word spreads far and wide about the mysterious humanoid gear living in Hell's Forest, somehow still functional in a world without justice. As information
Oh
spread,
shit.
so
Sorry,
did
I'm not
panic.
busy.
A report stated, "This gear is functioning properly, even though its activities should be inhibited by its lack of leadership. There are no signs of abnormalities or physical damage. It is also noted that no civilians have been harmed either intentionally or accidentally. We've made several attempts to eliminate the gear, but due to its tremendous combat abilities, we've been unsuccessful. The number of casualties has yet to be confirmed. We're
Is it gonna
currently
be
keeping
Dizzy?
the gear
Oh,
under
I hope it's not
surveillance."
Dizzy.
A gear exerting its own will without justice terrified mankind at the possibility of the emergence of a second command class gear. Furthermore,
Y'all
rumors
haters.
were spreading that nations were still somehow intent on possessing military-purposed gears.
Yeah, that seems about
The
right.
people were having none of it, however, and took a stand. With the coming of an anti-gear movement, an announcement was made. Whoever brings about the demise of this dreadful gear shall be rewarded with the lofty sum of 500,000 world dollars.
No, it is Dizzy! No!
Dizzy is described as an impossible being and the strongest gear on Earth, descended from man and demon. The power to rend the earth,
man.
burn the heavens, and destroy mankind. The powers that be seek her strength, but all she longs for is contact. Bounty hunters from around the globe begin to congregate in the forest she calls home. A number of familiar faces from the second Holy Order tournament cross paths in search of the bounty. Some, like Potemkin, are sent in officially on secret orders to escort the target back to Zep. Others, like Kai Kisk, choose to intervene not on behalf of the IPF, but as a civilian bounty hunter. Or Angie Mita, who simply wants to learn more about the world. Each intends to resolve the situation in their own way. But no matter who approaches Hell's Forest, Testament stands ready to greet them. None are allowed to trespass on her holy ground.
Red licorice
No,
or black?
licorice and black licorice. This jump scare. My goodness. Oh my goodness. That's scary. Bro, I can't believe Dizzy had to be
Gears
fought as
must
an
die.
enemy. Dizzy seems like such a
Dizzy
good goal.
once expressed to Faust that she regretted being born to cause suffering. Faust later comes across Soul Bad Guy and asks if he intends to save Dizzy by ending her life. Soul simply replies, "Gears must die." Faust then asks Soul whether his statement is directed at her or perhaps...
Himself?
Soul eventually makes his way through Hell's Forest to Testament, through Testament, and then to Dizzy. She asks him if a gear's life has any value. He replies that gears are weapons, and so are their hearts. Necro and Undyne awaken and attack Soul, ever protective of their host. As they fight, Necro charges a gamma ray, which Soul immediately recognizes as the same kind of power he faced when fighting Justice. Soul defeats Dizzy, and she asks him to finish her off before she hurts anyone else. Before landing the
Bro, I ain't
fatal
gonna
blow,
do it.
however, he hesitates. In that moment, Kai steps between them. He expresses that he felt conflicted since the defeat of Justice, but now he is certain. Not all gears are truly evil. Soul accepts Kai's resolve and leaves him to decide. As Soul leaves, Kai is shocked that Soul acknowledged him by his name. Life beyond the grove.
Yo.
Kai tells Dizzy that he believes there's a place in the world beyond that grove.
Yo,
that
and
can
then
accept her for
that
who she
guy
is.
hit that.
Dizzy is still fearful,
Right?
recalling the way villagers treated her,
Sorry.
but decides to trust Kai.
I know it's inappropriate,
She
but,
asks if he can teach
like,
her what it means.
to be fair here, Kai came out on top here, right? Like, he got Dizzy. Like, come on.
To live as a
GG
human,
gamer.
and he accepts. Testament, whose Soul also did not kill, is distrustful of humans, but accepts Dizzy's choice to leave the grove. He chooses to remain, to ensure that she can live life off the grid, away from those that would hunt her down. Kai entrusts her to join the Jellyfish Pirates aboard the May ship. Notably,
Interesting.
the crew, which is named for each month they joined, finally gets its final member. Jam Cradbury, who witnessed the conclusion of these events while hiding, then went on to claim the bounty for Dizzy's defeat and used the money to open up her own Chinese restaurant. For
Nice.
inexplicable reasons, it burns down shortly after, leaving her in debt for repairs.
Deserved. Based but deserved. Amazing.
The Assassin Syndicate.
Holy shit, dude.
Shortly after the events of Hell's Forest, Zato 1 is killed by Milia Rage. Her complicated
Ew.
feelings of simultaneous admiration and hatred lead her to decide that she needs closure through vengeance. Venom, who would give his own life to save Zato 1, is unable to do so. When Milia finds and kills Zato, she is left feeling hollow inside, unaware that the forbidden beast Eddie was now fully in control of the dead body. With Zato
That's
dead,
good.
Venom becomes the highest ranking member of the Syndicate.
Oh, damn.
The leader of the isolated independent-type gear colony in the Ganymede archipelago continues his research. Known as Dr. Paradigm, his ability to absorb information and understand world logic is almost unparalleled. After his successful contact with the mysterious reality known as the Backyard, he discovers an isolated structure within it called the Cube.
Okay.
While it isn't clear at this
The
point...
cube! Guys, listen, all I remember about cubes is you don't touch them. Don't touch the cubes. Everything's about the cubes. It's about the cubes.
What it is, or how it works,
You gotta be careful.
it appears to have been built by that man.
Yep.
Elsewhere, a servant of that man finishes a report on the incident in Hell's Forest. That man, now covered in robes, remarks to himself that it is interesting that there was a daughter, and assigns his servant to monitor her.
Oh.
He then thinks aloud that this has truly created yet another reason to be killed by him.
Holy shit. God damn. Soul never does end up getting to kill that guy, which is kind of, sage. That's it. That's the end of the video, boys. Holy shit. Well, that was part 2. That was Duel... What is this? Duel 2? I think? Duel 2. Holy fuck. Well, we made it to the end of the video. So I don't feel as confused on this lore dive as I did the other one. The other one made me feel a little bit more confused. But I feel like since we've actually done the deep dive on, and then we did like the first watch through of the first duel by Woolly Versus, honestly, good shit. Getting to know the characters and getting to see like where they're going and whatnot is fun for me, and I hope it's fun for you guys too. I know a lot of people who rewatch these have actually been people who have already probably seen some of this stuff and is just watching me for the first time reacting to it. And to that I say thank you. Means a lot. Why not hit that like and subscribe button? But also go check out Woolly Versus. I'm going to have him linked somewhere here at the end of the screen. Look around, guys. It's somewhere. And also in the description. So go check them out. You can watch them before I ever get the video out. So, you know. Anyway, I'll see you guys in the next one. Thank you so much. And y'all have a wonderful night. Bye-bye.